Welcome to Inside Leisure World. My guests today are Margaret Humes, President of the Y Service Club, and Gordon Geddes, the second Vice President of the Y Service Club. Margaret, where did you live before you came to Leisure World?
For Leisure World, I was living 40 years in the desert in Nevada.
In Nevada, okay.
Yes. Small community called Logandale, Overton, and it's right out of Las Vegas.
Oh,
Very hot.
very hot.
Yes.
And you obviously like it here.
Love it here.
How long have you been here?
We're going on 5 years. Well, it's 5 years since July. Yeah.
And how did you become involved with the Y Service Club?
We got involved with the Y Service Club because, going to the pancake breakfasts and just seeing the people that were involved with the club, it just looked like a fun kind of club to belong to, and doing service for neighbors. So that was something we wanted to get involved in. So.
Was it called the Y Service Club at that time?
No, that was Wiseman. It was the Wiseman's Club.
Do you know anything about why they changed the name?
Because so many women came into the club, and other clubs were changing their names to Y Service instead of just Wise Men. So, yeah.
It was a good idea.
Yeah, it was a good idea.
Gordon, how long have you lived in Leisure World?
Well, 7 years now.
And where did you come from?
All the way from Artesia.
From Artesia.
Not very far.
And how did you become involved with the Wise Men or the Y Service Club?
Yeah, my neighbor John Chora is still a wise man, and he was going out to change one day, and I said, "Where are you going?" He says, "I'm going to change light bulbs for a lady. I'm a wise man." And I thought, well, you're doing a good thing, but that's pretty conceited, to go around. I never heard of the wise man before. Then I found out that was Y apostrophe S instead of the W-I-S-E that it sounds like. And I really like the idea of helping people. So
good.
I've enjoyed being a part of the club. I guess I like to help too much, though, because they may keep
Well, Margaret, you're the president.
having me help more.
You're responsible for everything. So, do you mind if I ask Gordon a few questions as to what is your job? You're second vice president?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, actually, that's an office. It's not just I'm the second one along the line. But the second vice president in our club is in charge of fundraising. So I'm in charge of doing the various, or making sure they happen, like our rummage sale twice a year, pancake breakfast twice a year.
I see.
Those are the two big events, or two big things we do. That I'm responsible. Also, we have a table at the flea markets now, and we sell wreaths at Christmas time, and whatever else we might think of to raise funds. And we do these service jobs for people, and very often they like to donate, give a donation.
Let me ask Margaret, why is this money raised? What do you do?
Well, our main focus is Kids to Camp. We like to help kids that never have experienced camping, inner city kids, and there's a Camp Oaks up in the San Bernardino Mountains. And the money that we make, from all our rubbish sales and pancake breakfasts and stuff, a lot of that goes to Kids for Camp. And then we've also donated, no, not donated, but the covered bench. We were the first to start or donating a covered bench over by the credit union, Clubhouse 3, right over there. And the
Well, tell me, what else do they do? You have an ad in the paper every week. What is that for?
That is for little service jobs, like if you need your light bulbs changed, or if you can't open a can, or pictures hung, or air filters that need to be cleaned. And we've had some very interesting requests too.
Well, can you give me an example of some of those?
We've had calls on, this one gentleman asked if we knew anything about a jacuzzi, if we can fix his jacuzzi. And another one, a lady called and had a lizard in her house, and she wanted us to come and get the lizard out, and we did. I'm not scared of lizards, you know, but, you know, things like that. We don't do professional jobs like fixing jacuzzis or cleaning windows. We don't do
No
windows.
gardening.
No, we don't do gardening.
Okay.
You know, other jobs that professionals do, we don't. You know, we do the smaller jobs.
Would it be fair to say that you do things that they used to be able to do themselves, or their deceased husband used to do, or?
Right, and even climbing ladders. You know, some people have a hard time climbing, and there are some of us that can still climb ladders and get things up from, you know, high shelves and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
And you change light bulbs?
yes, of course. We change light bulbs. We ask that you have the light bulbs that, you know, to replace, and then we come in and change them for you.
Okay. So how does it work? Someone then wants to get in touch with you, they look in the newspaper?
Every month there's a new number. It's in every week.
yeah.
It's in every week, yeah.
But it's a new number we change the numbers every month, but every week there is a number that they call.
Then what happens when they call that number?
They call and say, I need my light bulbs changed, and then the lady that, or the man that's on the receiving end sets up the job, and they'll get in touch with them and say, you know, ask what time is appropriate. You know, they get it set up.
You don't mean the person who answers the phone is the one who does the job?
No, they're only ones. They're the ones that are setting up the jobs.
So they call somebody else who then,
They have a whole list of people, and they try to get somebody that's from their mutual.
okay, then
know,
that person calls, is that correct? That person then calls the person,
yeah.
who needs the work done.
Yeah, and they get that lined up together.
Okay,
Yeah, good way to meet your neighbors.
okay. And you don't charge for this, right?
No, we don't. Nope.
But there's, in terms of where Gordon has a concern, is sometimes people make contributions. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some real generous people out there, and they who do get contributions and donations, you know, for our work, and that goes to the kids to camp too.
Well, let me ask Gordon. You on these rummage sales, where does the material come from?
Comes from Leisure World. We get donations. People want to get rid. We pick up a grocery bag full of stuff. We pick up boxes and boxes of stuff. We sometimes clean out a whole apartment. And it's donated items from Leisure World. People can call those numbers in the Leisure World paper. They're under free services. And
These are the same numbers they call
Same
for
number.
if they want
Mhm.
if they want services.
right. And a lot of times somebody has rummage and they think of, well, I've got this little job and this little job I'd like done. And we do several things. So
Now,
but we collect this year round, all year.
what do you do with it when you have collected it? You don't put it on your own porch, do you?
Well, my porch gets full sometimes, but mostly we put it in storage lockers. We have 14 storage lockers.
And where do the storage lockers come from?
Around Leisure World. They're donated by people who aren't using them that let us use them.
You're talking about the lockers in the
Carports.
carports that are over where the
Over
engine
the
of the
cars.
cars. So
That's-
those people then who can who don't have a need to have them full, you ask them to call those same phone numbers and offer the use of their lockers. Is that how it works?
Well, yeah, if someone isn't using their carport, we can certainly use it.
So you appreciate
that.
that. Do you have enough? You have enough.
Right
lockers?
now we do,
Okay.
but
But people are welcome
it's
to
nice
call.
to have a name to call
Okay.
when we need something. That's one of the reasons we don't sell much big furniture
I'm just gonna
at
ask
our
that.
rummage sale.
What do you do about furniture? What if somebody says, I've got a big couch?
Well, we hit that, and if it's just one item like that, we refer them to Community Church, which does have storage room, and as you know, or maybe don't know, but they have their sales regularly throughout the year. And so we work with them with the big furniture.
And do you sell clothing?
We don't sell clothing. We sell shoes and belts and accessories. And we do pick up clothes for people, and it will go to various other charities, sometimes to We Care, sometimes to Rescue Mission, sometimes it goes to Community Church. But while we don't sell it, we do pick it up.
Okay, so then we acquire the stuff that we do sell at no cost, is that right?
That's right.
We don't buy anything.
We don't buy anything for the rummage sale.
So then it comes in, and then what happens? Let's say you told us how you get into the lockers. Now, how do you get it out of the lockers? What happens there?
Oh, that's madness. We get the use of Clubhouse 2, where we have the rummage sale on a Saturday. We get the use of that at about 5 o'clock on Friday evening. So by at 3 o'clock, we're at these lockers with pickups and vans, unloading them, getting the stuff over to Clubhouse 2. And then Friday evening is getting it brought in, segregated to tables. Nothing gets priced. We have good prices. We figure it's donations from people in Leisure World, and the rummage sale is for residents of Leisure World. They get a bargain. So we aren't carefully evaluating each item and setting prices. So there are some good bargains, I'm sure, that sneak through. And everything sells, I would say, inexpensively compared to other venues.
Some of the Husky people are able to put it in trucks and take it out of trucks and get it to Clubhouse 2.
That's right.
Okay. And then other people who may not be so Husky, are they the ones who sort it out?
Yeah, they get sorted then. And a lot of it's mostly the ladies, I guess, at that point, take charge of maybe the dishware or the pots and pans or the shoes, and they'll organize the table and try and make it attractive and neat.
So you welcome people who offer their lockers to you. You welcome people who have
Things to donate.
You welcome people who, as members, welcome people who are strong enough to do some of the heavy things.
And we would welcome the members or not to come and help out.
But there's work to be done anyway.
There's work to be done.
There's work
That's a rather high-intensive 2 days of work. The day before the rummage sale, unloading and bringing things in, and then the sale itself, and packing things up and getting it out.
Then you welcome people to come to the sales.
We certainly do.
How do they know that there's going to be a sale?
Well, how do they know?
We put the ad in the paper,
Ads
and we
in the
advertise on
newspaper.
our cars.
Okay.
And word of mouth. We want people from out of Leisure World to come in, because everybody in Leisure World has too much stuff. And we got stuff to get rid of. So we want people from outside to come in and get these good deals. You know, young people starting out in new married people or whatever, come in and get all this stuff. It's, great for starters.
Well, how often do you have rummage sales?
Twice a year.
And are there any scheduled soon?
Yeah, spring and fall, and September, second weekend in September, September 7th.
Okay,
We've got
that'll
one
be the first
coming
one
up.
after this show. This show will show during the month of September.
Oh.
Okay.
Was I hitting
That's
time?
good.
Okay.
Well, if it comes out, we've got lots of Christmas stuff. We save, usually everything gets brought out, but Christmas stuff we save for the fall rummage sale.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And we are just loaded with Christmas. So
And then this is then one of your.
It's going to air in August.
It's going to air
good.
in August. I find out it's going to be aired in August. Okay.
great.
Yeah. So all you Leisure World people watching this, get your relatives and your family and bring them down for the rummage sale, because they'll get some good deals.
Okay. Good.
September 7th.
September 7th?
Yep.
Okay. Now, are the rummage sales important to to our budget, to the budget of the Wise Men?
Oh yeah, yeah. They're probably a good third of it.
Okay, so that's your job then, is to
okay.
see to it that the rummage sales are successful.
I guess.
Okay.
I
He does
do
a
my
lot of
best.
work.
Okay.
Do my
So what other things do you do with your money raisers?
like the pancake breakfast. Moving on here. That's probably the next biggest thing we do. We do 2 pancake breakfasts a year.
Two a year?
2 a year.
When's the next one
And
coming up?
That's in November.
Okay.
So,
November
and then
9th.
again, that's advertised in the newspaper and on the marquee usually. We have a note.
Let
We
me
used
ask
to
you a
do
silly
better.
question. Let me ask you: do people come there and just sit quietly and not talk to anybody, or is this a social
Oh,
affair?
it's social
It's
time.
a social.
Big social affair. I really knew
Definitely.
the answer to that one.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to leave. It's nice. You know, you just get there and connect with people you haven't seen. You know, we get so busy, and so it's nice to go over there and eat and fellowship.
Good.
The coffee pot isn't empty. Doesn't get empty. So that's good. We used to do a lot better with the pancake breakfast when the market was nearby and would donate sausage and pancake mix, but we still
We still make
make
it's
some money on
profitable,
it,
yeah.
and we enjoy serving everyone breakfast.
So now we've talked about where the money comes in. We've talked about how having the rummage sale is also not only a money raiser for us, but it is beneficial to the residents. And the pancake breakfast is a time for social time.
Yep.
And we are benefiting Leisure World by helping out those folks who can't do things, and that's another source of our money. Now, what happens to the money?
That we make.
Yeah.
Well, we do. We're an international club also, so we have this one project, Roll Back Malaria, that we've been kind of working on for 5 years, and we donate money to that, and
What are they trying to do?
stop malaria and other diseases. It's Roll Back Malaria is we buy nets to go over the children's beds, and for Africa and for other places, you know, that have problems with mosquitoes. And it saves 20% of children's lives. 3,000 children die a day from malaria. That sounds crazy, but it has helped 20%, you know, to save the
It's
lives.
certainly
so,
worthwhile.
yeah.
And what are some other things that it's done with our money?
Well, go ahead, Gordon.
You mentioned bus benches.
Yeah.
Okay, we do
do you know-
we
we-
do things outside like kids to camp. I think that's probably the biggest item, and then other things like the rollback malaria that the Y International supports, and then we do things in Leisure World, and as we see the need and feel we can provide a solution. So the covered bus bench was one of the things.
Was that done before or after you joined?
That was before.
This is before my time too.
Year's time too.
But
Okay.
I'm told that they found a need. There was a need for one, and they built one, and
Followed.
then others have said, "Gee, that's a really good idea." So other people have followed our lead in
Golden
providing
Eye took it out.
other bus benches.
We
Folks who ride the
provided.
bus can sit out of the rain under the shelter.
Out of the heat, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we provided the air
station.
system and the vacuum cleaner in back of Clubhouse 2 that people use to
What can people do with that?
clean their car. It's
Yeah,
a-
vacuum out
it's
the
around
car?
on the other side from the car wash, and there's a car vacuum, and check the tires and keep the pressure up.
So you can pump up the tires.
Hmm.
Okay.
And that's a Wiseman contribution. We've provided big screen TVs for some of the clubhouses.
Oh, the ones in the clubhouses that we see, the big ones? Oh,
Those big ones. And sound system at the amphitheater that we enjoy for the concerts. And in that connection, we also help sponsor one of the concerts every year. Ours is coming up next month, I think, end of April, August probably. So,
Yeah.
and we wear our yellow vests then and make ourselves visible,
Yeah,
give a little speech.
suppose somebody watching this program thinks, you know, these seem like nice people and they're doing something I'd like to do. Are they welcome to get in touch with us?
Of course.
And how,
We don't turn nobody away.
so how do they do that?
Well, they can call the numbers, you know, the free service number, or they can come to our meeting, which is every third Wednesday of the month.
Third Wednesday of the month.
Third Wednesday of the month.
What
in
time?
Clubhouse 3,
Yeah.
room 2,
Room 2.
room 2, and it's 7:30 for continental breakfast. Such a deal. And then 8 o'clock we have a business meeting. 8:30 is a speaker, and then we go home. And once a month we also have a once a month we also have a get together, get acquainted dinner, and we meet at a restaurant, and it's Dutch treat, you know, but it's always fun to have dinner out and talk with each other.
So is it fair to say that people who share our values and our interests are welcome to come?
Very much so.
Very much.
And some people, you know, they think because they have a hard time getting around that they wouldn't be useful. But we have, like Edie, she's our host. Well, she's always welcoming the people, and she takes tickets and does a lot of sit-down job, which is wonderful, and she's invaluable, you know. So there's different jobs that there's always a job that somebody can do.
How about the person who answers the phones?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Don't have to climb a ladder.
The person doesn't
Answer
have to
the phone.
just answer the phone and keep track of things.
Right.
We have all kinds of different abilities and disabilities, and we just work together and get things done.
How many members are there of the Y Service Club right now?
Right now, there's like 75.
75. And how do we compare in size from other Wise Men's clubs?
Well, we have a lot more members than quite a few of the ones that are around.
I've heard
think
from
we're the
Jim Mueller
biggest.
that we're the largest club. Is that true?
Yeah.
Well, we
International.
might be second now because
We might be
there's
second.
Who's?
somewhere,
India, I
someplace in India.
Yeah, I think somewhere in India.
Wise Men International. It used to be it was started in Detroit or Michigan, I think, or Ohio, in the 20s, and was an American thing. But now it's international. Now the American part of the Wise Men International is kind of a tenth at best of the club. Mostly, most clubs are in India and Korea, have a lot of clubs, other parts of Asia. So it's a real international organization.
I never
that
heard
we're
of the
part
Wise Men before I came to Leisure World.
Right?
Well, you've heard of YMCA. That's what I always heard of, YMCA.
Oh yeah, I joined the YMCA as a kid. We used to swim.
Yeah, and this was started to give support to YMCA's.
Yeah.
Right.
So a lot of clubs, in terms of the larger organization, are tied more to a local YMCA in terms of meeting there and helping out with tutoring kids after school, that sort of thing. Here in Leisure World, we're kind of isolated from any particular YMCA. We support Los Altos a lot, but it's a drive away, and our people don't need the pool or the gym or a lot of the activities that they have. So that's been, our focus has turned to the service work activities.
And the stuff like fixing things for people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. That's been our Leisure World focus.
So if somebody has
Particular-
drawers that don't work or something like that, you'll help them.
Often, what we do is we go out and we always reserve the right to say no.
Yeah.
It's beyond me. You need a handyman. But a lot of us will try a lot of things. So
We do turn mattresses. You know, we can do that. And we were also asked one time to put a chest of drawers together. You know, the boxes.
Yeah.
We don't do that anymore. We don't do that anymore. That was a 3-hour job, and
It depends. It depends, I think, on who gets the call for some of these odder jobs.
Yeah.
It depends who gets called to go do it. Some, like John Chora, my neighbor, he would love to get involved. 3-hour putting something together, that would delight him.
well, that
See?
was the job I'm talking about. He called Bruce, my husband, and said, "Help!" that he had gotten some things backwards. So
Yeah.
anyway, they did fix it, and it did work. But they just, well, I guess you can do that.
I've done that.
Yeah.
Well, you've supported the impaired hearing and
Oh,
vision
yeah.
people?
Yeah, we
What
do.
do you
We-
do there?
Well, this is a club, the Impaired Hearing, Vision
Vision.
and Hearing Club in Leisure World. Doesn't charge due, it's not a due charging club, and so we support them with an amount of money so they can have refreshments and snacks and that sort of thing. And are happy to do that.
Were you involved in the library extension?
Yes, the club made a donation to that.
Oh.
I think that's before you came.
Okay, I was going to say, ooh, that was news to me.
Before you were president. And,
We helped with the flag installations,
okay, install the flags on the,
go-karts, not go-karts, scooters and
on the
golf
scooters.
carts. Yeah.
Yeah.
And bicycles and tricycles.
Yeah, we worked with the Rolling Thunder Club
Right.
on that too.
Yeah, and Golden Age.
And yeah,
Yeah,
Golden Age came up with the flags, and we provided manpower
that's right.
and assistance to put it together.
Yeah, that was a neat time.
Yeah.
and in terms of the library, we sell books at the rummage sale, but we also give a lot
Donate.
to the Friends of the Library. Just depends. If they're in big boxes, it's a little hard to get them up in those carport lockers.
They're heavy.
So,
Now, are there any aspects of the club that I haven't asked you questions about that come to your mind? As to,
well, we have a good time together too. A couple times a year, we have a picnic in the summer and a Christmas party come
good.
December. That because a lot of what we do is kind of individual, and one of the, I think, the fun things like the pancake breakfast is it's a lot of fun for us as members of the club getting together and working together on a project instead of being out doing our separate little job here and there.
There's lots of good fellowship there and
Good fellowship.
and friendship there. Some of our very warm friends are. We met through the Y Service Club.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, good people.
Let's see.
Well, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we haven't covered that we want to bring to these people's attention.
Well, just one thing about the kids camp. We were able, was it last year or 2 years ago? 2 years ago, I
Yeah.
think. We were able to go up to Camp Oaks and to visit, the camp and see what it was about. And it was very impressive. The counselors are very well trained. The kids are not there with their iPads and they're, tweetering and or whatever you call all the, texting and all that kind of stuff. All the electronics are put away, and their interaction, doing a lot of interaction stuff, and plenty of things to do, like the volleyball and the canoeing and
Archery.
and wall climbing and all kinds of, I can't even go over all the stuff.
Well, speaking on behalf of you and also the other members of the Y Service Club, people are very welcome to come to one of our meetings and to join us.
Yes,
Very nice.
they'd be welcome.